Hello everybody! Today we're going to see how I draw Kamen Rider Zero One. Okay, so pencils first and then Sharpies. So if you don't want to watch the pencil portion of the video where I sketch the entire thing out, look in the description and you'll find a link that you can click on that will take you to the Sharpie portion of the video. For those of you that are going to stick around, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch for myself and get us going. Okay, so right, it's common. It's pronounced Kamen Rider. I don't know. I'm just trying to do more stuff that people like, and I like the original, the big bug one. I know there's like two. I was doing some research. I was doing the work and looking, and I know there's two different schools of thought on this, like which is good and which one they like, and who does this and why this one smells, and with the way this one tastes and stuff like that. So I know that there's a couple of different versions, obviously, but a couple of different eras. That's the word I'm looking for. And this, I'm doing the more recent because I'm trying to do the current, I guess is the word I'm trying to go for. Just to, you know, find stuff that other people like and see what everybody wants me to draw and that kind of thing. And I like the older one, the grasshopper looking one, you know, that one's really cool. But yeah, so I'm trying to stick with the newer stuff. And so, yeah, so the other thing is, I don't know much about this. I'm going to be real honest with you. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. Kamen. I'll be honest with you. Again, I'm from Texas, so I want to say Kamen. It's old Kamen Rider, you know? But I'm sure that's wrong. So I'm kind of going by if his name was Kamen Rider, right? I don't know. I'm sure people will start to correct me as we go. So we'll see. But yeah, so let's see. And I kind of got an idea for him, the pose I want him to do. I kind of see him doing this pose in a few different pictures and whatnot. So I'm going to stick with it. It's kind of like his shooting his like the finger out like that, like the number one or something. I don't know. So I'm kind of going for that. And it's a nice different pose to put him in. So it's good practice to try something different, you know. Though the other thing is I'm not going to draw all of them because woo, there's a lot, you know. There's all the different flavors and styles and looks and whatnot, and man, there's almost too much. So I won't do all of them, but I'll do what I can. And go from there. The other trick is going to be the detail, because you know, there's only so much detail I can put in with these Sharpies. But I know I got to put in a bit, you know, I got to give you something. So we'll see how far I can take it. Okay. That's not too bad for a sketch. I think I like where it's going right now. Just again, let me try to put in a little bit of detail to get ready to draw. And then we'll switch over to Sharpie. And I apologize if it's not 100% accurate. I'm trying. But again, there's some of this stuff has a lot of detail that it's almost impossible for me to get everything. So I'm going to kind of make some of it up, you know. I'm just going to play around with it. I figure, you know, as long as I get the idea, that's really what we're going for, you know. And let's see. Oh, and his boots. He's got kind of these. Gotta make sure I put that in there. Like these really thick, detailed boots. And I mean, I get it. It's because it all does certain things and all, you know, fights bad guys for certain reasons. So I want to try to get as much as I can in there accurately, as well as giving you something to draw. Oops, up there. Too low. Okay. And then the front toe, almost like an eye, right? Like a monster. Something like that. Okay, so that being said, let me work on anatomy real fast, get that in there. And so again, I'm trying to work fast because again, there's a lot of detail and I want to try to get it as accurate as possible. But like I said before, I can't get it all. I'm going to try, but I can't get it all. Okay. Okay, so let me give him his infamous mask. The common mask, right? Let's see. You know, maybe I will do from the beginning. Like I said, I'm just trying to do the most current because that's what people are going to know or watch right now and want to draw. But I'm sure there's people that, you know, want to draw the original too. Or the back ones. I'm not saying this one isn't original. I'm saying the older episodes or versions. That's the word I'm looking for. Okay. All right. This is not too bad. I think I can go from here. Yeah, let's try that. Okay, so I'm going to use my eraser to erase a lot of these sketches, and that way when I move to Sharpie, I can let the Sharpie stand out more than the pencil line. So if you're working with pencil, you keep going. But me, I want to get ready for the Sharpie, and I need it to fade away into the background. And also, I want to get rid of some of these sketch lines, because a lot of times I'm just throwing lines down, just trying to get a feel for where things are going to be. I'm just throwing lines willy-nilly, just all over the place. And you don't want to work with sketch, you want to work with confidence. So we're going to stick with the thicker lines that are the confidence lines. That's going to help us. You always want to work with confidence, right? No sketchiness. So let's welcome everybody that skipped over to the Sharpie portion. Sorry, I'm kneading my eraser. That cleans it. So for the next time, we'll be ready to go. All right, so then let's welcome skippers. Welcome to the Sharpie portion of the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe because I do a drawing every day. May not be Kamen Rider, but it's going to be something new that you can join along and have some fun. I'm going to be using a Sharpie fine point and a Sharpie pen, mostly the fine point, but the pen's a little finer than the fine point. You can find the things that the fine point can't quite find. So I'm going to use the Sharpie fine point, the Sharpie pen, to get a little bit of this detail. I've sketched the entire thing out and I've erased the majority of it, so it's just a small little I don't know what this is exactly. I don't know what this move is, why this is small and little, but it's finer detail that I can get in with this. So I'm going to start off with the eyes, and I think what I want to do are the antenna first. That'll put everything in perspective of where everything's going to go. Because let me do this and this, because I want start-stop points. That'll tell me where to start and where to stop, and where his brow is going to be. So let's see, let's go up to here like this, and I'm just going to eyeball it. I'm not even going to use a ruler to try to get it straight. I'm just going to shoot straight out and see what happens. And I'm going to thicken it up just a little bit, just for myself, and then come down to the other side. And again, it's going to be super thin, and if it's not right on there, that's okay. It's no big deal. See, look at that. I'm already off. Let me see if I can try to smooth that out a little bit. But see, but that's okay. Things like that happen, and it's no big deal. So I'm going to do this side too. And just kind of bring it in like that. There we go. It's not perfect, but that's okay. I'm not worried about it. I'm just here to have some fun and do some drawing. So now I'm going to make his bug eyes. And I wanted to do it based on that, so I can kind of give him like that, those angry eyebrows, you know? I mean, he's not angry, but it's got a certain look to it, like they're over the eyes is what I was trying to get at, you know? Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit of detail, and I've talked about this in the sketch. I'm not going to add every single detail. It's almost impossible. Okay, so I'm just kind of giving myself a few points to start and stop with. So I know his chin's going to be right about there. And let's see, his eyes are going to be, they're going to come out like this, the little edge that's going to go around to the top. I'm giving myself a couple of gauges of where I'm going to go to do the rest of the drawing, something like this. Okay, that'll work. So now I can do the chin. And I'm going to start to thicken up these edges just a little bit, because when I switch over to this Sharpie, it's going to stand out a lot. And I know what it's going to look like, so I'm trying to prepare for the thickness that's about to happen. All right, so for the detail of the nose, the face, I'm just going to kind of do one of these and play around with the pattern that they have. I can't do it exactly, but I'm going to try to get close. And that's also why I'm using this Sharpie, because there's no way I could do this with a big Sharpie. I can't control, or I can't get fine little detailed lines like this. All right, not bad, not bad. All right, so now I'm going to do the top of his head. I'm going to come around here. I'm going to go in like that. Let's do the other side too. We'll do the opposite way. And then I'm going to come around and do a little bit in like this, a little bit in like that. Come down to the point, down to the point. Something like that. That's not the back of his head, that's just the front part of the mask. And so now I'm just going to draw a thin line like that, just kind of accenting. I don't want to draw the entire line, because really that should be just color. But I wanted to give you something. All right, so let's draw the rest of his head. And I'm just going to kind of draw now like some folds and creases, because his mask is all material now. So the rest of this, I can kind of do something like this just to show that it's material. It's cloth. That's the word I'm looking for, cloth. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to draw the top of his head like this. And again, I'm going to start to thicken it up just a little bit. If you're working with pencil, you don't have to do this. I'm just doing it because, like I said, I know what this is about to look like. So I want to try to match what's about to happen. So I'm going a little bit thicker. And then color is going to hide a lot of this anyway, because once I color this in, it's all black, right? You're only going to see so much of it. All right, so now I'm going to switch over to the other Sharpie. All right, so I've got him kind of with this arm up and this arm, you know, like in a fighting pose. So his chest is out this way, so let's go ahead and draw his armor, which is kind of in front of him right here. So it's coming out this way, coming down. It's separated right there, so let's go ahead and do the other side too. All right, and this one's going to come down here like this. And I'm going to try to do all this detail, but I can't get all of it. There's no way that it's going to look right. So I'm just going to kind of do what I can, and then you can fill in the blanks, or you can try to do the rest on your own, or color will take care of some of this too. Okay, so there's this part coming down like that, and I'm going to connect it up here now. So now I'm going to play around with the other side as if it was the same angle. Now there's more to this. Because like I said, there's a lot more detail. I'll just do something like this just to show you the levels to it, you know, but we're not going to get it all in. I just want to give you a little bit. So here on this side, all you're going to be able to see is this because of the angle that it's at. Like that. So again, we can't see everything, but we'll do like that to show that it's the other angle, the other side. Okay, so he's got his little silvery edges there, and again, some of it's covered up over here, so we can't quite see it because of the angle and because of the material. Let's do it with this. Let's do some wrinkles and folds to represent the cloth material that's underneath the armor. And let's go ahead and just draw down to his belt, and that'll give us a few little places that we can start and stop. And so I'm just going to finish up the armor down like this. Again, I'm going to add just a few accents just to show that it's armor, you know. And again, it's not perfect, not exact. I'm not going to be able to recreate this 100%, but I'm okay with that. I'm fine. I just am getting you some fun stuff to draw. Really, that's really what it's about, you know. Okay, so I'm going to draw down to his belt, and we'll say that the belt is like this. That'll give us an edge to work with, and I'm going to work my way right back up. Okay, so I've got him kind of arched back, so his waist is going this way, then his chest is going back this way, up to his arm here. And there is more detail in the armor, like his inside pieces here. But again, we're not going to be able to draw everything. So I'm just going to do something like this just to represent what that is, okay? So his shoulder is up, so that means his shoulder pad's up here, but also his arm is up here too, coming in like this. That's going to put the shoulder pad piece like this. So that's going to put his underside of his arm in here. His elbow is going to be right there. And his forearm is going to be something like, let's see. I'm going to come in here, and he's got like a glove on, so we're going to kind of accent that. That means I can draw the rest of his bicep like this. Okay? And again, this is material. This is cloth, so I'm going to kind of do just a few little, you know, wrinkles and folds, because I like adding stress on your cloth to show that it's material. Okay, so his hand, I've got him in kind of a pointed, like, I guess this side is the way I should be showing you, pointed like that, because I talked about this in the sketch. I don't know much about this character, but in a lot of the pictures I see, this is what he's doing. So I'm going to put him in kind of a finger out fist pose. So I'm going to draw the thumb like this. I'm going to draw the finger up here like this. And I've already sketched it out. That's why I'm just kind of drawing the outside of it, because I know where I'm going. There's the knuckles, and then the other fingers are coming down over like this. And then there's the back of the glove like that. Now, I'm going to add a few little extra details just to specify that it's a fist and glove, and, like I always say, that it's cloth, that it's material, just kind of, you know, bent around and pushed, and it's not what do you call it, armor, you know, it's not a hard edge. That's what I'm trying to say. Okay, I'm going to do it's got an end on the glove like that, so I'm going to add that edge. There we go. And so this arm, I just got kind of in a fighting pose, just up like this, kind of bent down. So his shoulder's over here, then shoulder pad, and that's going to lead to his bicep down to his arm. So let's do the underside down here to the elbow. And again, this is all cloth, so, you know, this is going to be wrinkles and folds, so we don't have to worry too much about anything else besides anatomy. So I'm going to do the edge of his glove here. We'll do that big round part like we did right there, which is just going to go up to his wrist right here. Okay, and so this hand is pretty much just doing this. That's all it really, I guess it's hard to show you, like this, like that. So I'm going to draw the meat of his hand in here like this for the back of the hand. Then I'm going to work my way up to the pinky, come down, and these fingers are all behind each other, so that's all I really got to do now, is draw the rest of the part that you can see. And just kind of come down here, like this, and draw the thumb in here like that. And there we go. So now I'm just going to add a little bit of extra detail just to you know, make it show that it's a glove, like I was talking about up there. You know, it's got wrinkles and folds and creases because, again, it's a glove. It's a ooh, look at that, we didn't connect it right here. Let's do that. Let's connect it real fast and show some of those wrinkles because it's cloth material. Okay, something like that. We don't have to go too crazy, but just something to show that there's bends in the cloth. All right, so for his belt, I know it's very specific. I'm going to try to do it, but, you know, bear with me that, well, I'm going to do as best I can. So I know there's the circle for the center. We'll do that. And then it's got an outer ring. And then there are the places that things connect. Toys, weapons, things like that. But again, I don't know everything. So I'm just going to try to draw as much as I can to kind of represent the specifics, you know? All right, so same thing here. There's only so much I can do because A, I don't know it, and B, it's very, very detailed. So I'm just going to add a little bit of stuff and then we can go from there. All right. How's yours coming out? Awesome. All right. Okay. So something like that. All right. So I say we move on to the other parts, which are his legs. And so his legs are pretty much just anatomy with a little bit of detail for the costume. And so I'm gonna just draw anatomy, then bump up a little bit in certain parts where I'm going to add the detail. So I'm gonna follow his leg down like this, and see how I did that? There's a reason for it. It's because of the material. And like I said, I've sketched it out so I know where I wanted it to be. So I can just kind of play around with stuff like that. Okay. So again, there's a reason I did it like that. You'll see why in a second. Let's just go ahead and draw the boot. And that'll give us a start-stop point. So you have a place to start, place to stop, and a reason why. All right, so this is going to come across in here, up like that, and then I can draw the rest of the leg up to his crotch right there. Now, let me show you what I was doing. So for the detail, like his armor right here, he's got some in his leg. So I just wanted to accent the look to it like this. So see, by doing that, it's now raised up in certain ports, so it looks like it's raised up over the actual material. And it's just a nice contrast of thick and thin line widths to help you make your design look a little bit different, a little bit better. It's kind of an inking technique. That's basically what I'm trying to say. All right, so there we go. So let's give him a little bit of a knee, like that. And we'll add some stress on the material, because that's what I like saying with those stress points is there's stress on the material here, so it's cloth, so we're going to see it much better. Sorry, that really got really out of hand with too many lines there, but because his leg's all bent up, I wanted it with more stress on this leg because of the way that it's bent. Okay? All right, so let's go ahead and finish up this boot since we're over here. So I'm just going to kind of play around with the design. Again, apologize if I don't get it exactly right because I don't know it, but I'm going as best as I can with the design that they have. Okay, and then there's a, it looks like almost like a head, like a face. It's really cool. But again, I'm just kind of playing around with the way it looks, and maybe if I can get it right, you know? Okay, so there's his toe. There we go. All right, and again, I'll play around with a little bit of detail I can do. And there, we'll stick with that. So that's good for there. Let's finish up this leg over here. And so this one's all bent like I was talking about. So I'm gonna kind of do one of these, raise it up a little bit here, go for the leg, raise that part up, then go down to the knee, like this, and do the other side over here. And it's all bent in over here. So we'll add more right there like I was talking about in a second. I just wanted to give it some space. All right, so let's add some of that fine detail. All right, so it's gonna kind of go across, and up, and like that. And again, just kind of playing around with the look of it. And it may not be 100% accurate, but it's just the style, you know? Okay, so this one is gonna go over like this because it's the other side, we can't quite see it anyway. And now I can switch back over to the big Sharpie. Finish up this boot. And I got his leg kind of pointed, so there's a lot of stress here on the back heel. Like that. And that's gonna put this front like this. Okay, so now I can try to get the detail in like this. Close that off, gonna come down. And do something like that. All right, so almost done. Just gonna add some more creases and details. And then add one of these. Add this line right here just to show the edge. Same thing here, just to show the edge. And that's good. I say we take care of the rest with color. So that is Kamen Rider Zero One. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.